Ăn gì? Bây giờ con đâu đấy? You get 11%.
Hi guys, it's Cooking with Elissa. Today I'm going to show you how to make stuffed bitter melons. This was a request from some of my viewers who have asked me how to make a delicious stuffed bitter melon. I have been busy, but today I was able to find time to show you guys how to make this. When picking the melons, you want to pick the one that is medium to large size, so it's easy to stuff them. And basically just cut them into about 4 pieces, and then remove the seed by using a spoon or a small knife. The other ingredients that you will need for this recipe would be 2 pounds of ground pork. There's a total of 3 pounds of bitter melons that I have here, but I'm just only going to use 2 pounds of the bitter melons. You will also need a batch of green onions, 1 clove of garlic. This is dry black fungus. I normally buy the one that's already pre-sliced, and this is dry, and you want to soak this in warm water for about 30 minutes or so until it gets soft. And here is vermicelli noodle, and same thing, you're going to soak this in warm water for about 30 minutes. You also need dry shrimps. This is half a cup, and then some chicken soup mix. You will also need some peppercorn. If you don't have peppercorn, you can use regular black pepper. That would work too. And then this is sugar, salt, and then fish sauce. The measurements and the recipe will be listed in the description box, so you guys can get it from there. Okay, now we are ready to begin our cooking tutorial. First, you want to clean your bitter melon and remove the seed. Then just let that sit aside, and then you're going to cut your green onions. Just cut it very small. This is going to be used for garnishment, and also it gives a nice flavor of the green onions. Many people ask me where I learned my cooking. Mainly it's from my mom, my dad, and my grandma, who have passed away about 10 years now. My grandma was a big influence on my cooking. After my grandma passed away, basically I learned everything from my mom and my dad. I normally copy my parents' recipe, but some of them are from my own idea. I copy them when the recipe is delicious, and if not, then I try to add in some more ingredients, or try to do it on my own. Basically, to be a great chef, I think you could follow tradition cooking, but you can also break traditions and try to find other spices and ingredients that make the food better. Once you cut the green onions, just basically put that into your bowl with the ground pork. And our black fungus is ready. It's already soft. Now I'm going to drain the water out and give it a good wash. It's important to clean your dry black fungus because we don't know where it's been sitting. So give it a good clean, and once you're done, go ahead and squeeze as much water as you possibly can, because this if not, your stuffing is going to be a little bit wet and it's going to be not very tasty. And you do the same thing with the vermicelli noodle. Go ahead and give it a good wash, and then just again squeeze as much water as you can. I like to use the vermicelli noodle with my stuffing because it holds the meat together. If you don't like to use the noodle, you can also replace it with some egg or starch. So after you clean the black fungus and the noodle, go ahead and chop the dry fungus very finely. Basically kind of mince it like you would do to garlic. This will used to mix with the your stuffing. The mixture for the stuffed melon is very similar to my video earlier for the stuffed tomato. The only difference is here I'm using the black fungus and the dry shrimp. These two ingredients go very well with the bitter melon. And if you never had a black fungus, it's basically like a mushroom. Kind of chewy and a crunchy texture. And if you can't find these kind of mushroom, you can also replace it with shiitake mushroom. That will also taste well too with the dry shrimp. The stuffed bitter melon is very popular in Cambodian cuisine. The older generation would prefer this more than the younger generation. They say bitter melon is good for your diabetes. It reduces your blood sugar. Okay, so after we cut the black fungus, then move on to your noodle. Again, squeeze out the water as much as you can, and basically cut into small pieces very finely, similar to how you cut the mushroom. And these will be mixed with the ground pork as well. Okay, this is kind of a lot of stuffing, but it's okay. This will feed about 6 to 8 adults, and if you want to make small portion, just use 1 pound of ground pork, or just divide the ingredients in half. Okay, here I am pounding my dry shrimp. I'm going to break it in a little bit, not a lot. You just want it to release the flavor of the shrimp. So continue to pound it in your mortar and use your pistol. If you don't have one, just put it in your food processor and just quickly chop it, but not too finely. See how I have it here? Just roughly break it down in small pieces, and then just put everything in your mixture. And I'm just gonna pour everything in there and just make it faster. Okay, then move on to the garlic. I'm using the whole clove, and I'm just gonna put everything in there, and then I'm gonna use my pistol and pound it and kind of break down the garlic a little bit, so the outside layer will come out, and you don't have to remove all the outside. Just if it stuck some with the garlic, just go ahead and put that into your mixture as well. Continue and pound and remove the outside layer of the garlic, and then once the garlic come into like a fine paste, and then add in the peppercorn. Again, if you don't have peppercorn, you can use a regular ground pepper. I use 2 teaspoons of the peppercorn, so you probably want to use 1 teaspoon of the regular ground pepper. So continue to smash that until the ingredients incorporate very well, and then scoop that out and put that in your beautiful mixture there. Yeah, see that? This is what makes the mixture very delicious, the black pepper and the garlic. Okay. we're almost done with the stuffing, so hang in there with me. It's not hard. Okay, now we are adding all the seasoning. Here goes in the fish sauce, and then the salt, the sugar, and then chicken soup mix. Okay, just pour everything in there. Okay, now we are ready to mix. Before you mix, clean your hand first. I'm going to dig it with my hand because that's the only way to make sure all your seasoning and all your other ingredients combine very well. If you prefer, you can wear a glove. Continue to mix this for about 3 minutes to make sure everything's mixed together. Well, if you have time, you can let this sit to marinate for about an hour. That would be even better. But if you don't, you can just basically go at it and start stuffing your melon. Oh, I forgot to tell you, before you start mixing your mixture, get your water ready. Put in the water and the pot and have that come to a boil, and then you don't have to wait too long. So here I'm start stuffing my melon. Stuff as much meat as you can because I have 2 pounds of stuffing. That's a lot. So I'm gonna make mine very full. Okay, so continue to do that for all your melon. If you have extra mixture, just go ahead and roll them into small little balls and put it in your soup. Okay, so now my water come to a boil. We didn't have to wait. So I'm just start dropping all the stuffed bitter melon into the water. Be careful, it is hot. Don't use a lot of water. Here I use about 12 cups for 2 pounds of mixture. If you're doing half of the recipe, just use 6 cups of water. Okay, now cover the soup and let this come to a boil. Turn your heat to medium low, and this will take about 40 to 45 minutes. Okay, 45 minutes have passed. So now I'm going to check up on my soup. And here you go. This is how it looked like after 45 minutes. Now we know this is going to be, we're going to be needing more seasoning. So I'm going to add some fish sauce and some salt, some chicken soup mix, and then sugar. Okay, for the recipe, just get it from my description box. It's all written down there, both in English and Cambodian, just for you guys. Okay, so let this cook for about 2 more minutes, and then turn off your stove. And it's best to let it settle down for maybe 5 minutes. But if you're in a hurry, you don't have to wait 5 minutes. Just go ahead and scoop it up and enjoy it with steamed rice. Or if you're on a diet like me, try to cut down the carbs, you can just enjoy it by itself.
Má này, phải nâng má này. Mổ mày. Cái là nó sợi những sợi nói với cờ bạch lớn không? Bạch lớn hay liên tục. Tụi ơi thì chia sẵn cho nó đục nhầm. Có nhầm click thẻ. Nè, tấm.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot to tell you guys. Don't use up all the green onions. Save some for the last topping right here. Okay, now I'm ready to taste the bitter melon. Here we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Ooh, be careful, it's hot. Blow it. It's delicious. This will be a good soup for the cold weather. winter's coming up. Yeah, I can taste the dry shrimp. This what makes the stuffing very flavorful is the dry shrimp and the black dry fungus. And when I taste the melon, it wasn't that bitter. Basically, when you cook it like this, it kind of reduces the bitterness of the melon. So it's very light. You can eat a lot without feeling guilty. You can also use turkey meat if you're on a diet, because turkey meat is not as much fattening like the ground pork. Okay, so yeah, this soup is good. Give it a try. And if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, share my video, and if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please hit the subscribe button. I would truly appreciate it. Okay, so until the next video, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.